So another book I want to talk about today is The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. If you haven't read this book, it's really good to challenge yourself and to push yourself. That's what a big leap is all about. So when I'm talking to my coaching clients, one thing that comes up regularly is what are we doing versus what should we be doing, right? And The Big Leap talks about that. In fact, he has 4 different zones that he talks about. One zone is your zone of incompetence, things you can't do or things that you're not good at. Most of us stay away from our zone of incompetence because we don't know how to do it, right? So that leaves the next 3 zones is your zone of competence, your zone of excellence, and your zone of genius. Here's the problem. Most people spend too much time in their zone of competence, things that they can do, because we like checking things off a list, right? It's very satisfying for a lot of us to have a list, a to-do list, and just start ticking things off. The problem with it is it's not always the most effective thing to do. We might be efficient at it, we're getting it done really well, but is it effective? Is it the right thing to do, right? That's how I always want to make sure my coaching clients understand this definition. Efficient means doing things right. Effective means doing the right things. And they're very different. So a lot of people are doing the wrong things, but they're doing them very well. So if it's in our zone of competence, it means we can do it. It means maybe we should be doing it, but here's what I like to say. If it's something only you can do, that's what you should be doing. If anybody else could be doing it, then somebody else should be doing it. We spend way too much time in our zone of competence and not enough time in the things that we are uniquely suited for. Things that we're excellent at, and then our genius zone. Things that only we can do at a high level. So I want you to think about this. What kinds of things are you doing throughout the day? And I would literally grab a notebook, take a spiral notebook, and write down every time you're doing a task or a project for your business and think about, okay, this is what I do throughout the day. Keep track for a couple of weeks. And then ask yourself, are these things that somebody else could be doing? Are these things in my zone of competence, but I really could probably leverage this? Or is this, this is the highest and best use of my time. These are things I am excellent at, or this is my calling. I'm a genius at this. The idea is to spend more time in our genius zone, obviously, and less time in our zone of competence. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So think about that. And I want you to write down below, how much time do you spend doing what you love and that you are uniquely suited for, right? We talked about habits before. What habits do you have that align with your strengths? It's like, wow, my values, my strengths, and my habits all align. This is something I am really good at. That's where I should be spending my time. That's what's going to make you successful. Just doing things anybody could do, probably not worth your time. You should be leveraging it out to somebody else. But read the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, and then let me know what things you're doing that you're uniquely suited for.